delicate, Mr. Shelby. Concerns the factory down the road at the BSA.
Peaky Blinders is a gangster family epic set in Birmingham, England, in 1919, several months after the end of the First World War in November 1918. The story centers on the Peaky Blinders gang and their ambitious and highly cunning boss Tommy Shelby. The gang comes to the attention of Major Chester Campbell, a detective chief inspector in the Royal Irish Constabulary sent over by Winston Churchill from Belfast, where he had been sent to clean up the city of the Irish Republican Army, communists, gangs and common criminals.
During the early 80s, the best smuggler in the world was Pablo Escobar.
Narcos is an American crime drama TV series created and produced by Chris Brancato, Carlo Bernard, and Doug Miro.
Came the violence.
Set and filmed in Colombia, seasons 1 and 2 are based on the story of drug kingpin Pablo Escobar, who became a billionaire through the production and distribution of cocaine. The series also focuses on Escobar's interactions with drug lords, Drug Enforcement Administration agents, and various opposition entities. Season 3 picks up after the fall of Escobar and continues to follow the DEA as they try to shut down the rise of the infamous Cali cartel. Stranger Things is set in the fictional rural town of Hawkins, Indiana, during the early 1980s. The nearby Hawkins National Laboratory ostensibly performs scientific research for the United States Department of Energy but secretly does experiments into the paranormal and supernatural, including those that involve human test subjects inadvertently. They have created a portal to an alternate dimension, the Upside Down. The influence of the Upside Down starts to affect the unknowing residents of Hawkins in calamitous ways. Stranger Things has attracted record viewership on Netflix and has a broad, active, and international fan base. Friends is an American sitcom television series created by David Crane and Marta Kauffman, which aired on NBC from September 22, 1994, to May 6, 2004. With an ensemble cast starring Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, Matthew Perry and David Schwimmer. The show revolves around 6 friends in their 20s and 30s who live in Manhattan, New York City. The series was produced by Bright Kaufman Crane Productions in association with Warner Brothers Television. The original executive producers were Kevin S. Bright, Kaufman, and Crane. All 10 seasons of Friends ranked within the top 10 of the final television season ratings. It ultimately reached the #1 spot in its 8th season.
Hey, shut up! You're not my real mom.
Friends received acclaim throughout its run, becoming one of the most popular television shows of all time.
Yeah, sure. Well, earlier.
True Detective is an American anthology crime drama television series created and written by Nick Pizzolatto. The series, broadcast by the premium cable network HBO in the United States, premiered on January 12, 2014.
You don't pick your parents and you don't pick your partner.
Each season of the series is structured as a self-contained narrative, employing new cast ensembles, and following various sets of characters and settings. The first season, starring Matthew McConaughey, Woody Harrelson, Michelle Monaghan, Michael Potts, and Tori Kittles, takes place in Louisiana and follows a pair of Louisiana State Police detectives
This is a world where nothing is solved.
and their pursuit of a serial killer over a 17-year period. Sherlock is a British crime television series based on Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes detective stories. Created by Stephen Moffat and Mark Gatiss, it stars Benedict Cumberbatch as Sherlock Holmes and Martin Freeman as Dr. John Watson. 13 episodes have been produced, with 4 3-part series airing from 2010 to 2017, and a special episode that aired on 1 January 2016. Sherlock depicts consulting detective Sherlock Holmes solving various mysteries in modern-day London.
Problem?
Holmes is assisted by his flatmate and friend, Dr. John Watson, who has returned from military service in Afghanistan with the Royal Army Medical Corps. Although Metropolitan Police Service Detective Inspector Greg Lestrade and others are suspicious of Holmes at first, over time, his exceptional intellect and bold powers of observation persuade them of his value. In part through Watson's blog documenting their adventures, Holmes becomes a reluctant celebrity with the press reporting on his cases and eccentric personal life.
Writing a blog about everything that happens to you.
Both ordinary people and the British government ask for his help.
Nothing happens to me.
The Wire is an American crime drama television series created and primarily written by author and former police reporter David Simon.
Stupid kids, corner kids.
The series was broadcast by the cable network HBO in the United States.
The others go down to the corners. You follow drugs.
The Wire premiered on June 2, 2002 and ended on March 9, 2008, comprising 60 episodes over 5 seasons.
Follow the money, and you don't know where it's going to take you.
Simon has stated that he originally set out to create a police drama loosely based on the experiences of his writing partner Ed Burns, a former homicide detective and public school teacher who had worked with Simon on projects including The Corner. Burns, when working on protracted investigations of violent drug dealers using surveillance technology, had often been frustrated by the bureaucracy of the Baltimore Police Department. Simon saw similarities with his own ordeals as a police reporter for the Baltimore.
Oh, my sweet summer child, what do you know about fear?
Game of Thrones is an American fantasy drama television series created by David Benioff and D.B. Weiss for HBO.
The White Walkers came for the first time.
It is an adaptation of A Song of Ice and Fire, George R.R. Martin's series of fantasy novels, the first of which is A Game of Thrones.
I saw.
The series premiered on HBO in the United States on April 17, 2011, and concluded on May 19, 2019.
Passes the sentence. Should swing the sword.
With 73 episodes broadcast over 8 seasons, Game of Thrones is roughly based on the storylines of A Song of Ice and Fire.
You came back a year later with another woman's son.
Set in the fictional 7 kingdoms of
Lord
Westeros and the
Eddard
continent of
Stark.
Essos.
I would name you the Hand of the King.
The series chronicles the violent dynastic struggles among the realm's noble families for the Iron Throne, while other families fight for independence from it.
That's what men always say when honor calls.
It opens with additional threats in the icy north and Essos in the east.
You do have a choice.
Showrunner David Benioff jokingly suggested The Sopranos in Middle-earth as Game of Thrones' tagline, referring to its intrigue-filled plot and dark tone in a fantasy setting of magic and dragons.
You're just a soldier, aren't you? Take your
In a
orders and
2012 study,
carry on.
out of 40 recent television drama shows, Game of Thrones ranked second in deaths per episode, averaging 14 deaths.
Does family mean nothing to you? These people will do anything, and that is why we have to stop them.
I've got 7 kingdoms to rule! 1 king, 7 kingdoms!
Breaking Bad is an American neo-Western crime drama television series created and produced by Vince Gilligan. The show aired on AMC from January 20, 2008 to September 29, 2013, consisting of 5 seasons for a total of 62 episodes. It was set and filmed in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and tells the story of Walter White, an underemployed and depressed high school chemistry teacher who is struggling with a recent diagnosis of stage 3 lung cancer. White turns to crime, partnering his former student Jesse Pinkman, by producing and selling crystallized methamphetamine to secure his family's financial future before he dies, while navigating the dangers of the criminal underworld. The title is a Southern colloquialism meaning to turn to a life of crime. Gilligan characterized the series as showing Walter's transformation from a softly spoken Mr. Chips into Scarface. Breaking Bad is widely regarded as one of the greatest television series of all time. It had moderate viewership in its first 3 seasons, but the 4th and 5th seasons saw a significant rise in viewership when it was made available on Netflix just before the 4th season premiered. By the time that the series finale aired, it was among the most watched cable shows on American television.
Actually, it's just basic chemistry.
Some straight like you just gonna break bad?
What's up with Walt lately?
Tell me why you're doing this.
I am awake.